Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Sauce. It's the backup channel backing Celeb up and bringing you all the breaking news. Check this out. Nicki Minaj and her husband Kenneth Petty bought a $19.5 million home in the hills of California. However, Nicki's neighbors are now saying that they want Nicki out and they want her dangerous husband out too, because they don't want a sex offender living in their neighborhood. And I mean, these cats are serious, because they went ahead and created a petition that's called Say No to Sex Offenders in the Hidden Hills. And like the petition says, quote, Kenneth Petty is a level 3 sex offender convicted for attempted R on a 16-year-old girl and has a high likelihood to re-offend. He was also found guilty for killing a man. He's currently under house arrest for failing to register as a sex offender in California as the law demands it. End quote. The petition also says, quote, the Petty couple moving in will lead to appraisal values of our home to go down due to safety concerns. It will lead to children and women being a target. We, the residents of Hidden Hills, must put our residents' safety first. Don't wait to receive a letter from the government saying a predator has moved near you. Do not allow this dangerous sex offender to live near you. Show that you're against sex offenders in our Hidden Hills neighborhood. End quote. Listen, I don't know whether Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, is guilty of what he's accused of doing or not, because I was not there. However, I do know that according to the courts, he's supposed to register for the list. And I don't understand why this dude thinks that he's above the law and that he doesn't have to register for that list. And just because of that, I think that like Nicki better be like calling them U-Haul trucks, because these cats ain't playing. Listen, let me know what you think. If you lived in the Hidden Hills neighborhood, would you want Kenneth Petty to be your neighbor? Let me know what you think in the comments. And really quick, while we're talking about the list, have you ever gone on familywatchdog.com? I'm telling you, you go to that site, you type in your address, and that sucker is going to show you every perv in your neighborhood. Go check it out. Now check it out. Jess Hilarious, Little Meech, and Summer Walker have been going at it this week after Jess Hilarious criticized their relationship after allegations dropped that Meech been cheating. Now, while guest hosting on the Breakfast Club the other day, Jess Hilarious decided to speak on their situation, and she said, quote, he cheating on you, and I think he need to keep cheating. Just keep on cheating, because that's how we get the best Summer Walker music. Listen, take into account what I'm saying. The soft girl era, that's dope. She too in love. She ain't going through nothing. I think she about to go back on the London on the Track vibes. That's the Summer we love, when she going through pain. And I just hope she don't give Meech no baby. That's what happens when you mess with deli smelly ninjas though. That's what happens when they smelly and they get a little fishy. End quote. Well, it appears as though Meech didn't appreciate those comments, so he jumped on Twitter and responded by saying, quote, how I stink, but this unstable creature just hilarious in my DMs trying to get chose. I see why you mad. This is a crazy world we live in. End quote. After that, Meech decided to post receipts and shared an alleged screenshot of Jess Hilarious sneaking into his DMs. In the message from Jess's verified IG, she praises him for his work on Black Mafia Family and then asks, quote, hey, you still in Baltimore? End quote. Now, after sharing this so-called proof, Meech said, quote, I guess she must like musty ninjas. End quote. And then Summer Walker jumped in his comment section and she said, quote, that's so sad. Thirsty girl must have caught amnesia, worried about my DMs and forgot about these. End quote. But Summer Walker wasn't done, because then she jumped on her Instagram stories and called out Jess Hilarious for trying to disrespect another black woman's relationship. Summer wrote, quote, and Jess, you really a weird A. What black woman hoped another black woman keep getting cheated on, lol, like hug? That's dark. And then congratulates a man, tries to link with him, and turns around a short time later to say he stink? Have you ever met either of us? End quote. Summer Walker went on to say, quote, I understand you wasn't nobody's first choice for the show Wild 'N Out, but this isn't how you try to solidify your spot. Like you just missed being a ninja by a chromosome. Lord forgive me, but damn, you think being so ugly, you try to be sweeter. Being ugly inside and out isn't a good combination and will not get you far in this industry. Have the same energy for your unmarried mammies. End quote. Look, I don't think that Summer Walker or Meech should be taking Jess Hilarious that serious. Why? Because she's a comedian, and people used to say the same thing about Mary J. Blige. I mean, Mary J. Blige, when she's happy, she gives you the so-so music. However, when Mary is sad, stressed, depressed, and she just broke up, that's when you get the classics and the hits. Now, with that being said, I'm not a fan of Jess Hilarious saying that she hopes that Meech continues to cheat on Summer, because that's just not nice, especially since her situation is so new. I mean, you're telling that joke while she's still wondering if her man is jumping in and out of somebody's bed. But, what Jess Hilarious said did not call for the tag team response and the receipts, because now we're starting to get into like high school schoolgirl-like territory. Listen, let me know what you think about Jess Hilarious going in on Summer Walker and then Summer Walker and Meech coming back at Jess Hilarious. Let me know what you think in the comments. And while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now, peep this. The other day, Genuine posted an Instagram video of himself. And in the video, he's waiting for his daughter to pull up to the crib to show him the new whip that she just bought. Now, as Genuine is walking to the door, people who were watching the video noticed something strange. Genuine had a fully decorated Christmas tree sitting up in the crib in June. Right? So recognizing that he was getting ready to get clowned, Genuine said, quote, yeah, I still got my Christmas tree up, so what? End quote. Now, after the fans saw the Christmas tree, they had mad jokes and a few good laughs. And one person said, quote, I used to keep my tree up till April. That joint served as a nightlight in my living room. End quote. And then somebody else said, quote, might as well keep it up because Christmas will be here before you know it. End quote. And then somebody said, quote, with a tree that big, I'll leave it up too. But with my Walmart tree, I'm taking it the F down after the new year. End quote. Listen, let me tell you something. When you walk into somebody's crib and you see that Christmas tree and it's like January, February, March, April, May, that tells you something. That tells you that that individual is either tired as hell or busy as hell. That's what that means. Listen, we done it. So tell me, what's the longest you have left that Christmas tree up after Christmas? Let me know in the comments. Now check it out. Back in May, Island boy Frankie Venegas was arrested for assault. His girlfriend claims that he slapped her up and then pushed her into a swimming pool. According to court documents, Frankie's girlfriend told police that she threatened to break up with him because of his physically abusive behavior, and he went bananas at the Airbnb in Pompano Beach that they were staying at. Well, recently footage of Frankie's arrest was leaked, and it shows him threatening the police and accusing the cops of profiling him. In the clip, he's handcuffed in the back of a police car, and Frankie says, quote, on my dead daddy, you profiling me. I don't care, bro, you're profiling me. I swear to God, babe, he profiling me. I'm getting arrested for no reason, dog. What's the reason? Bro, fam, there's no reason for this. I didn't do nothing, homie. End quote. Listen, this dude doesn't seem like the brightest apple in the bunch, but you would think that he would know the difference between profiling and having somebody call the police on you and give them your name and your description after you done slapped your girlfriend up and threw her in the pool. Well, anyways, the clip of Frankie getting arrested continued, and a little while later, Frankie is seen in the station trying to flex on one of the cops, and he says, quote, you see my juvenile record? You see my juvenile record's extensive. Okay, don't play with me, bro. Aight, bro, shut your A up. Don't play with me. Real talk, man, playing with me? I'm telling you, bro, I'm not the one to play with. What you make, $20,000 a year, bro? I make that in a day. I made that yesterday. Come on, bro. Don't come at me, cause I'm not the one to play with. End quote. Listen, I don't know if it's just me and maybe I grew up mad hard, but if a dude says like, yo, look at my juvenile record, then I'm looking at you like, you might be the one to play with, son. Cause that's like me being like, yo, look at my school record. That's really not hard. Look, let me know what you think about this island boy trying to flex on the cops by telling them that he got an extensive juvie record. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now check it out. The other day, Nick Cannon was doing an interview, and he says that he's currently back in school pursuing a master's degree in, get this, child psychology. When discussing his coursework, Nick said, quote, "Oh, the presence of a father and how much will they need you, and the Freudian aspect of reverting back to your childhood drama or lack thereof, nature versus nurture, these are conversations I have several times every day." End quote. Now, when the person interviewing Nick asked him if he was having these conversations with naysayers or the mothers, Nick said, quote, "Nah, not naysayers, but I'm living, whether in therapy on my own or just wanting to make sure that every single child has what they need, developmentally and emotionally. I'm studying the brain and at what point does sensory matter." End quote. Nick also said that he's currently pursuing a PhD in, get this, divinity. Listen, I'm done. I don't even know if I can deal with like Dr. Nick Cannon. That might be a little too much for me. Oh my goodness. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Nick might need a pastor and psychologist. I don't think that Nick needs to be the pastor and psychologist. Listen, let me know what you think about Nick Cannon studying child psychology in school and also working on his PhD in divinity. Let me know what you think in the comments. And hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.